Just really excited for the Baltimore Orioles. You know, you think back to when Mike came in and, you know, there was kind of a lack of a Latin American program. I think there's a lot of significance that the first extension is a guy that came through the brand new Latin American program. So excited for Mike, excited for Kobe Perez, just everybody involved in building that program and getting us to this point.
You think, what kind of statement does this make as an organization to tie down a young player like this?
It's a big deal. You know, Sammy wants to be here in Baltimore, you know, and there's hopefully in the future there's other guys too that would like to be here as well. So it's a big deal for the organization. You know, hopefully it's a big stepping stone for us.
It's only been 5 or so days, and how impressive has just been with the way he's kind of handled everything that's been done out of this past week.
Yeah, you know, just excited about the bat, excited about the you know, the possibilities defensively, both behind the dish and at first base. Excited to get him in a game at first base here in, you know, in the coming days. So, you know, he's a really good player. He seems to fit in really well with this group of players that's here. There's a unique bond for a lot of that clubhouse because so many of them were developed through our player development system. So, you know, we love veteran players. We've had a lot that were traded away here recently, and we'd love to have some more in the future. But, you know, for the rest of the season, it's a really young group in there right now. And it's just a really easy way with players that you relate to, you know, age-wise and generationally. I don't know if I said that right, but just it's easier to relate to those guys in a lot of ways. So just seeing Sammy kind of operate in that way, it's been really exciting.
I know this is something that we can obviously ask the players, and we will, but what do you think the reaction will be of guys in the clubhouse, especially other kind of members of the quote-unquote young core?
Well, I've seen it. I watched it earlier. I was sitting in the room, and I won't say who, but I saw several guys right away walk up to Sammy when he walked in the clubhouse and shook his hand, gave him a hug, told him congratulations. So, and some pretty prominent players did it. So, you know, great joy for Sammy in a lot of ways, and just a lot of leadership right there by some of those guys right there. So, was super thrilled, you know, by those reactions by those guys. And, you know, honestly, I don't think I'd expect anything different.
You obviously had a plan in place before Adley went on the IL for Sammy and Adley to play on an everyday basis, but do you see that being something that can continue to work here now in the future with the two of them both on this team?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, you guys haven't seen Sammy play first base yet in the big leagues. I saw in spring training. That's why I am excited to see it here, you know, in a game here soon. But the fact that Sammy is so versatile, you know, that's going to help that a lot. And then you also got a DH position. So, you know, anytime you have two guys that can catch at a high level on a big league team, you have a massive advantage over teams that don't.